Hello and welcome back to Pride of Anglia, where things so far are going extremely well. So far in our first season, we've managed to guide Braintree Town from an expected relegation fight to a promotion push, albeit we are only 7 games in. Can we maintain it, or will it inevitably crash and burn? We have a lot of games ahead of us. We are of course a semi-professional side, so most of these guys have day jobs too. Hopefully safe, stress-free day jobs, as we don't want any issues. We begin with the news that despite making a profit last month, our finances are still insecure. I mean, one of the reasons why we did make a profit was because the chairman conjured up large sums of cash from nowhere, so this isn't exactly a sustainable business practice, although it does seem to work in the Premier League. And I'm no accountant, but this doesn't actually seem that horrendous anyway. Oh well, after again finishing 3rd in Manager of the Month, we beat Potter's Bar 4-1 in the FA Cup 3rd qualifying round. Corey Davidson with a hat-trick and Jay Barton with his first goal for the club. Reaching the 4th qualifying round was all the board wanted, and it's probably all they'll get as we get Southend United next. Before that though, we face St Albans, who are also currently in the playoff mix. With the exception of the left wing, where everyone is consistently awful, the performances so far have been excellent. It's a scrappy game, but we have one good chance and we take it as that man Corey Davidson sends it home. Another win and we go, temporarily at least, top of the league. Will it be a League and Cup double though? I mean, obviously we're not going to win the FA Cup, but it would be nice to qualify for the first round proper, and it's a local derby against Southend. They dominate the early proceedings, having a goal chalked off in the process, but we've been upsetting the odds all season so far, and some excellent interchange between Johnson and Akinwande sees the latter smash home a beautiful finish to give us a shock lead. We're then extremely unlucky that we don't make it too, as Akinwande's effort strikes the post. Southend don't really offer much as the game wears on, and as they try to press forwards, we strike in brutal fashion, first through Gianni Critchlow and then a second for Akinwande. Southend do pull a goal back, but it doesn't matter as we hold on to win. We've gone to Roots Hall and beaten a team who last year were a league side. And then we have our first potential job opportunity of the save, as Colchester and Luton both sack their managers. I think it would be extremely unlikely they'd be interested in us at this stage though, and anyway, I'm not ever planning on abandoning a season that looks like it's going well, unless it's an irresistible opportunity. We're staying put for now. Our reward for beating Southend is an FA Cup first round proper game against Notts County, which I think we actually might have a chance with. We then get a very solid 3-1 win against Welling United, including a brace from Akinwande. Similar to last time, Ebbsfleet then offer an extremely enticing £0 bid for one of our key centre-backs, which is just weird. What is the incentive here? We go behind early on against Dulwich Hamlet, but that man Akinwande is there to rescue us once again. Another 2 goals for him as we win once more. All fears of relegation now seem a distant memory. We then have to travel to Ebbsfleet for a top of the table clash. It still sounds weird to say that we're contending for the title. I genuinely thought we'd be solidly mid-table at best. Anyway, we have an excellent chance. I say chance, we literally score, but Akinwande is judged offside, apparently. Not sure I agree. Johnson forces a decent stop late on, but it ends 0-0. A solid draw, which means we stay top. Chippenham Town go down 2-0 in a clinical, almost routine win. The game then seemingly becomes fully self-aware of a challenge, as it supplies me with a literal Alan Partridge quote in the press conference, which I obviously use. November begins with the news we've all been waiting for, as I finally win a Manager of the Month award. Fully deserved, I feel. Can we keep up the unexpected promotion charge? Maybe not. We go behind against Tonbridge Angels, but do at least rescue a point. The chairman's been quiet for a while, but he chirps up with another cheque for 70k to help with the club's running costs. I mean, why? We don't really appear to be losing money even without his investments. We face Notts County in the FA Cup first round. Will we net another higher division scalp? It doesn't seem like it midway through the first half when we go behind, and it really doesn't seem like it as we go 2-0 down in the second. Oh well, a decent run, and it certainly has given a bit more cash. Back to league matters, we are still somehow top of the league as we face Hampton and Richmond Borough. We take the lead through an Akinwande penalty as we look for more of the same, but a second half fight back from the London side sees Ian Okasante bag an 81st minute winner for them as we lose for just the 2nd time in the league. And stats wise, we really shouldn't have. We won't be top for much longer if that continues. Lee's then at it again. It's like he's addicted to putting money into the club for no reason. 120k. I mean, I'm not really complaining, but it just seems so unnecessary. Oh, but apparently it solves the repair the club's financial damage objective. Thanks, I guess, but that was mostly you, I think, Lee. With that solved, I asked them for some more wage budget so we can get a better left winger, but they say no. I really don't understand this game sometimes. We go behind very early on against Havant and Waterlooville, and I fear the worst, but we equalise, and then that man Akinwande smashes in an injury time winner to get us back on track. I say back on track as if we're not doing ridiculously well regardless of whether we even make the playoffs. And indeed it's all the more impressive as we actually only have one player in the top 10 performers in the division. I haven't really rotated much because A, we haven't needed to from a fitness perspective as we generally have been playing once a week and they don't get that tired as part-timers, and B, the bench and squad options are pretty terrible, so let's hope it holds up. We kick off our FA Trophy campaign in the second round against Buxton, and it's a competition I'd like to win if we can. We race into a 2-0 lead, and I'll be honest, I stopped paying complete attention as I thought it would be fine, so when I look back to see us spinning it off, I was peeved to say the least. They refused extra time as well, so we'll have to go again in a few days. And given the board's refusal to grant more wages, I am relieved to find that Akinwande's contract has a year extension clause, which I swiftly activate. Take 2 against Buxton sees us take the lead and then literally concede a minute later. 2 more late goals from Akinwande gets the job finally belatedly done though. Extremely stubbornly impressive from Buxton. We get Spennymoor next and thankfully they agree extra time. We absolutely love late drama. As said, I was concerned about fitness, but ours seems better than everyone else. We go behind against Concord Rangers and again we come back to draw with a late leveller, although this does mean we do finally drop down to second in the table. Our youth intake is this. Not really going to have much impact and we don't have enough wage budget for them anyway. My assistant manager then earns his Continental C licence, which officially makes him more qualified than me. Also, this only cost £960. How exactly could we not afford that for me? Spennymoor go down 2-1 in the FA Trophy third round with goals from Davidson and Cooper getting the job done. Oh, and what's that? Another 120k in the bank? This is just silly now. We can ask for a coaching course again though. Surely this time... Oh, are you f***ing kidding me? On what planet can't we afford 960 quid for me when we have all this money and you can for my assistant? And then the audacity of this from Lee. Right, that's it. No qualms about looking for jobs in the summer, whatever happens now. It's another local derby in the FA Trophy 4th round as we get Kings Lynn. And speaking of local derbies, it's Chelmsford up next. And let me tell you folks, it's a proper derby. We take the lead as Payne finds Akinwande, who slips in Krasnicki to start things off. We then give away a penalty which they score. But we retake the lead as Davidson's cross finds Akinwande to fire home, and then we immediately bin it off again. But fear not, because Krasnicki is on hand to rifle a winner into the top corner. 3-2, brilliant stuff. We see off Dartford 1-0, and thanks to Billericay of all teams beating Ebbsfleet, we go top again. Are we actually seriously going to do this? It's January, but as we have no transfer budget and no spare wages, there will likely be no transfers. To celebrate the new year, we have to play Chelmsford again for some reason. How old is the fixtureless computer down here? We take an early lead as Payne's free kick finds Davidson, but Chelmsford have a 46-year-old Simeon Jackson up front and he clearly hasn't lost a scoring touch. In the second half, we work a typically neat move and then Davidson, well, that's just incredible. He must have a foot like a traction engine. Another derby win. And then Ebbsfleet lose again, and we're 5 points clear. I'm enjoying this while it lasts. We hit Maidstone for 3 in what is our biggest margin of victory of the season, and apparently puts us in sight of a record. And then we go and smash Dorking 5-1 to trump even that. Wish I'd recorded them now. Hemel Hempstead have emerged as the main contenders, as Ebbsfleet's form has nosedived. And we do indeed achieve a new record of 6 successive wins, which I think just breaks one from earlier in the season. Our game against Kings Lynn is postponed because of a waterlogged pitch. I mean, that's Norfolk for you. But when it does finally get underway, we look lively. We dominate the first half and only a 47-year-old Paul Jones can deny us. He's really just rolling back the years here. Wonder saves. It stays at 0-0 and thankfully they agreed extra time. But having dominated all game, a simple ball over the top does us in as Malachi Linden, named after the Travel Tavern, slots home. Jones pulls off another incredible stop to deny Barton and we go and lose. Genuinely gutting. Paul Jones, former Norwich City of course, pulls off an 8.4 to deny us. A truly valiant defeat, but no FA trophy this season. The chief scout then helpfully advises us to use the transfer market because our youth facilities are terrible. I mean, I'd love to, but they won't even give me money for a coaching course. Oh, but they will for you? Is this actually real? I've taken a team expected to be challenging for relegation to a legitimate title challenge and they picked the scout to go on the coaching course instead of me. Anyway, we beat Slough 1-0 in a textbook game. Akinwande scored. It was literally the only highlight. We look to be heading for the same exact thing against Welling, but they get a late equaliser. Hemel Hempstead draw as well though, so our lead stays at 5 points. We end the month against playoff chasing Bath. Akinwande, who else, opens the scoring before a thunder strike from Alfie Payne. Akinwande then scores from the spot for his 19th of the season as we run out 3-1 winners. Meaning it's as you were at the top. A 5-point lead, 56 points on the board. We've got worse goal difference than Hemel Hempstead though, which could come into play. Akinwande's 19 goals makes him our top scorer, with a hugely impressive 16 from Davidson too. Krasnicki's 14 assists are a standout as well, while Kieran Clements is our top performer so far at the central defence. No wonder the AI keeps bidding £0 for him. Despite our issues with him, the board have unconditional adoration for us, in terms of rating at least, not educational support. With no cup distractions, it's a straight 16 game run to the end of the season. But will it end with a title, the playoffs, or a collapse of epic proportions? Find out next time.